Cleaning a catfish, need a sharp knife. First of all, viewer discretion is advised. This is going to be some slicing of the throat and breaking of the neck. So if you don't like to see that kind of stuff, move along and swipe, whatever you do. So here's the catfish, pretty nice size. First thing we're going to do to be humane is kill the fish. So we're going to slice the throat. You see? Slice through the throat, like so. And then take the head. And you want to break the neck. The bigger the fish, obviously, the harder it is. Break the neck. There. Now the fish is dead. So, a buddy of mine showed me the easiest way to start a nice big fillet is from the tail side. Long knife, the longer fish. The sharper your knife, the better. So you just start a cut, you start to peel back, and you want to position your blade right along the spine, if you will, and you'll see that spine, the knife will just follow that spine all the way up, and the meat will start coming right off that bone. So if you got kind of get a closer look here, here's the spine. So the knife's following it up. And when you get right about to the butthole, right there at the bottom, flip them up so we don't expose the guts right away. And then the meat starts from right behind the head, right so, right by that dorsal fin here. So I bring that cut all the way down just a little tiny bit on the top of the fish to meet me where the fillet has been coming off the bone. And then I just nice and easily take smooth strokes down to the rib. And now there's a rib there. You'll feel the blade hit the rib. You don't have to push hard. You don't want to cut through the bone. So now I'm just going to take it right down the side of the rib cage. Just a little bit at a time. You can kind of see the ribs being exposed there all the way up. Just follow that rib all the way down until cut right through the skin on the outside. And there's fillet number one. So now, move him to the side for a second. So we got to get that skin off. It's a pretty nice sized fillet for one fish. Anyway, now just like when you're taking this fillet off, I like to start halfway. And then just like we went down the side of the bone, we're just following the side of the board this time. Rinse that little nugget off. So I just do half and half. Easiest way, instead of trying to nail the head down, peel the skin off, a bunch of headache, pull, tug, and pull. It's just a little bit easier just to flay that skin right off. And then you just got nothing but skin. Go in the bucket of guts. If I miss a little spot, just take it right off. Nice fillet. Rinsing the blood off. The next side is usually an even bigger side because it gets the rest of the meat off the top. Same thing. Start from the outside. Cut into the fish. Follow the bone as best you can. sharper your knife, the better. And you'll kind of tell that the front side is flipping up. So you're getting much more meat this time off the bone on the second fillet. Flip them up. Too much meat on the top. I like to flip it around. It's easier for me to go on this side. Once it's separated, you'll be able to follow the rib cage the same way we did the other side. Out all the way down to the bone. Right down the rib cage, like so. And all the way out. There you go. Now, take the skin off of this fillet, which you can tell is a little bit bigger. Just cut down to the skin, sharp knife. And once you're down to the skin, turn it to its side, let it rest flat on the board. Nice big old fillet. Second side of the big fillet. Yeah, that's what you want. You want the fillet to come right off just like that, all the way down the side of your fish. Yeah, that one big fish has the most meat, even than them other three put together, huh? All right, so when they're this big, I don't like to waste too much meat, and there is a bunch of meat in the belly. So if you start at one fin, you feel where the bone is inside that fin. This is where you're gonna kind of take it easy. You want to get through and try not to sever too many of the guts if you can. So you'll notice there's sacks in there or whatnot. So once you start cutting, you'll expose the inners. We go all the way down the top, down one side by the fins. And all of these guts inside these fish are good for catfish bait. So you can turn around and go take these, put them right back on your line. See, all that is belly meat. Look at all that belly meat. All of that. You don't get as much out of the smaller fish, obviously. But when you got a nice, big, fat, dirty like this one, which this isn't even big, compared to what we've caught some big fish. Nice size fish, yes sir. So definitely gonna feed our families and then some. All right, cutting right by the bones of the fins all the way up to the other side. And then here's the ends of the rib cages that we cut off here. Feel them? So we're just gonna go right up that side. So we have no bones inside. And as much of that meat as you can get. Obviously, the more practice you have, the better you'll get. Oop, I just popped it. Let's get it out of the meat. All right. That's also why I do the belly meat last, just in case you pop something inside the guts. But when they're big on the top, right by the eyeball, all this cheek meat right there, it's all meat. So if you cut right by the eyeball, some people like to eat that eyeball. That's right. You'd have to cook it real good for me too, buddy. I'm not on Survivor yet. They need to call me. But yeah, if you notice, all that cheek meat just came out of one side of its face. So you're gonna get a couple of nice sized nuggets. And that is the whitest meat in the whole fish. Take a look, sorry my hands are still kind of bloody there, but you cut that and that's the most tender, sweet meat right off the top of the catfish head. So you get two little fillets out of it. Go right down to the skin. Oop, got a little bone in there. And cut that fillet right out. Tender, tender victuals right there, buddy. Catfish dirty. There you go. Tender victuals. All that blood comes off when you soak it in salt water. All we're doing here is rinsing it off in some fresh cold water, keeping it in some cold water just to get them cut up. We'll burn the scraps in the fire pit. Otherwise, your dumpster will be nasty. We're gonna cut right down the side. Right down the side of the eye here. And cut in and peel. Peel from the skull. Peel, peel. The angle's bad here, but it's that little piece of bone I had in the last piece. See if I can cut around it. The eyeball's in there too. There we go. There we go. Nice headpiece. Thick. So now guts and all, and the rest of this, which you could chop this tail off and smoke it in the grill, as you can use the guts as bait on your next run. Just keep it frozen, cut it up, put it on your hooks. With that, finish up with all the skin. Belly meat has two sides of skin, the inside skin and the outside skin. So a lot of times, if you don't cut the inside skin off, belly meat, you'll get that real nasty fishy flavor that some people like and some people don't like. So you cut one side off, and then you have the next side, same way, to cut the inside belly meat off. Boom. Belly meat gone. Inside belly meat skin. Gone. The last side. Alright. More halves. Oop, that side got butchered. Take that last little bit of skin off. There you go. And that, my friends, how you fillet the catfish.